I was bullied and socially isolated for almost 2 years in middle school. And because of that, I found myself. Let me share my story with you. So, in the beginning, when we just started our first year in middle school, I really tried to blend in. I tried to make friends with everyone and to be accepted by everyone. And I actually made friends with people who treated me like garbage and talked about me behind my back. And I kind of knew that I was just a default choice, but I was so desperate to be a part of them. I was so eager to please them. I hope that once they get to know me, everything will be fine and I'll have new friends and everything will be normal. I even remember having a really good friend, this one girl I knew back from preschool. And back then, I was in love with this one guy in my class, and I told her. She was the only person who knew. I remember she seemed so happy for me. She gave me advice and she listened to me, and I really trusted her. And later I found out that she went behind my back and told everyone in class about it, including that boy that I liked. I remember that when I found out, I was just so ashamed. I felt like I made a fool of myself. And not long after that, that same girl started a rumor about me, and everyone just turned against me instantly. I had no friends, I had no one to talk to, no one talked to me or invited me to parties. I remember every time I passed by my table, people giggled. They made group chats about me and they even went as far as spitting on me and cursing me. No one knew that I was going through this. My parents had no idea, the teachers had no idea. And I know it might sound like really sad, but I really had no one to talk to, and I felt that no one was on my side. And I spent most of my time alone in my room watching. It's kind of funny, but I watched a lot of animation movies back then. And I think this is one of the reasons I love animation so much, is because watching my favorite animated films made me feel less alone and gave me this safe space to run to and to feel the weight lifting off my heart just a little bit, even if it's just for a really short period of time. I had been like this for almost 2 years, and after those 2 years went by, things actually slowly started to change. I made friends from other classes and then from other schools. I became this bubbly, happy girl again, and everything looked normal. I simply moved on, and everything was amazing. Only now I have this really big, ugly scar on my heart that never truly healed. I feel that a part of me died back then, and I was never the same after that. First of all, I became a lot more independent and preferred to be alone most of the time, even years later when it was so easy for me to make friends and I seemed so confident. At the end of the day, all I wanted was to go to my room and shut the door and just be by myself. People always see me and they also tell me this, that I'm a very extroverted girl, that it seemed I have a lot of confidence and I'm funny, and this is their like first impression of me. And I always felt not really complimented by it because it felt so fake. There was a time that I was so alone and so isolated. When I had the opportunity to make friends again, I did everything I could so I would seem like the best company to be around. And everyone around me, my therapist, my boyfriend, my friends told me, this part of you is amazing. A lot of people wish they could socialize so easily and make a lot of friends and to be perceived as such a happy and confident person. And I was so furious every time I heard this excuse, in my opinion, because I thought, you don't know what it's like to force yourself to smile and to talk for hours on end and to pretend to enjoy the conversations and to enjoy the company. It may look nice, but I feel like I'm putting on a show. I just hated it. I hated all of it. I was sick of this part of me and I just wanted to get rid of it. I really haven't thought about this topic for a long time, but recently it came back to my mind, and the more I thought about it, the more something seemed wrong. When I was really young, I was the most friendly kid you would ever meet. I was smiling and I was so happy and I made so much friends. So it's not just a facade or a mask, it really is a part of me. And I think I really know that it's true because right now, when I feel like myself, like I never felt before, this part shines brighter than it ever did. And I love that part. So something didn't add up. I really wanted answers. If you ever watched The Incredibles, you might remember this part when Dash and his mom are in the car on the way back from school and they talk about him wanting to race. And she says to him, "Everyone is special, Dash." To which he responds, which is just another way of saying no one is. I remember even as a kid, I used to be fascinated by this part of the movie because it really made me wonder what makes someone special. What does being special even mean? I never had an answer to that question because it seemed, paradoxical. And maybe that was the whole point. There isn't right or wrong part, it's not black or white. We are the sum of all our parts. The ones we were born with, the ones we grew to have, the ones we developed to protect ourselves. They are all us, and they are all me. Sometimes I find it so hard to understand that the way people perceive me can be so different from how I perceive myself. So I'm definitely still learning to accept that I'm not faking anything or doing it for others. It really is me and it was me all along. I think maybe that is the meaning of being special, to just be ourselves, as cliche as it sounds. We have so many different sides to us, and each time we look, we catch a different glimpse of a different part of ourselves. I still have my scars, and maybe they will never fade. Maybe I'll always be that girl who flinches when kids on the bus laugh a little too loud. But I would also stand up for myself and won't be afraid to say what I think or to confront people who hurt me. And I hope that if someone out there is watching right now and feel that they can relate, first of all, I send you all a really big warm hug. And I wish we could all learn to accept and love all our parts, even the broken ones. I think we need to learn to accept all of our parts, the good ones, the bad ones, the parts we are still working on. All of them, they're still you. And I hope that by watching this, I gave you some peace of mind if you needed it. And thank you so much for watching this video. I know I've been absent for quite some time for personal reasons, but I do promise to talk more about it in next week's video, which is part one of a project I've been really eager to share with you guys. It's one of my dream projects, so I hope you stick around. And if you want to support me as an independent artist and YouTuber, I think you already have because you watched until now, so it's a huge support by itself. You can check my Buy Me a Coffee profile. I am going to upload more stuff there soon, and I hope I can put a little more of myself there. And if you have ideas for stuff I can do there and things you want to see me talking about or making, let me know in the comments. I'll be really happy to hear from you. Anyway, I love you so much. See you in the next video. Bye!